Hello folks, Sam Owens here, and we have the Turbro portable cordless misting machine, and I'm going to demonstrate how to clean the fan blades in here. Anytime you're using a fan, and especially outdoors, fan or dirt will build up on the blade, and it will reduce the power of the fan to move the air, and also it will affect the mist because it doesn't have that clean air to blow the water out. So this is going to be important, and it's not covered in the user manual. What is covered is how to replace the inlet water filter and also these jets. It actually, there's a section on maintenance toward the back side of the user manual. Right here, maintenance and care. And so I don't really need to cover this. It's also covered in my original video for showing and demonstrating the fan. Okay, let's start. First thing, get you a towel and a place. Do not do this out on the ground or some shag rug because there's small screws that you're going to be dealing with. So pick a dining room table or some place that you can lay a towel out. Have you a container to put the screws and parts that you take out. It's not that much, but at least you won't have them rolling off or trying to find them. You're going to need some sort of a brush, and after we take this shroud off, it can be taken out and with a garden hose or in the kitchen sink. It's totally washable, and this whole ring will come off, giving you access to the fan blade to remove it, and also take it to the sink or outside and wash it up real good, and then we'll put it all back together. One other thing is you're going to need is a sharp pointed tool like this utility knife and a stiff blade. We've got to take these little covers that cover up the screws off. And I'm going to tell you right now, they only go back one way, and I'm going to show you the trick to getting them back in. And to get them out is another trick, and we're going to show that. Now, I'm going to put this in a position that I can work with better. Actually, I can do it right here because it's kind of braced up. But when you're going to work on it, you may want to work on it like this. But the camera's up, so this will be easier on for the camera. Now, this one right here has got a good view. So, if you'll notice, this has a slope. This is a high side, and this will be the low side of this cap. And it's got to go back in this way. You stick this in a little bit and then kind of pry. And then, now, be ready or it's going to flip across the room. So once you get it cocked just a little bit, you could probably take your thumbnail, or you may have to take the edge and just pry it out. Like that. But be ready that it doesn't fly out. That's what I'm saying. Now, there's a little ridge right here. No place else. This is the low side. This is the high side. There's a recess right here that this ridge goes in. So when you put it back in, you find that ridge, and you will guide it back in like that. We will see that later. I'm only going to do one, and then all of the rest will be the same. You take them from the inside to pull it out, not from the outside. How do I know? I tried it. Okay, so once I've got that, there's a screw in there, and you need a screwdriver. And I have one right here. It's a small screwdriver, Phillips, and notice there's some blue stuff here. This is a sticky mounting putty, or fun tack, is made by Loctite, and it's ideal for grabbing those screws and pulling them out in a controlled manner. They're very small. Now I'm going to just show the completion of this. Stick this in, and what this will do is stick to the top of the screw. Now push it all the way in, and when I have it in, you're going to have to kind of put some pressure on it. Now I've already taken them out, and I didn't tighten them real tight. That's why it might be better if you're over top of it and pressing down. This is just to show in the camera. Okay, and I'm getting it all the way. It's quite a number, and you can spin it pretty easy. And see, it came out. But if you put this up and position it all over the tip, when you're going to put them back in, this is the little screw. You can just kind of put it in there like that, and see, it'll stay, and then I can put it back in when I'm finished. Cool. Okay, I'm going to take it out, and when you do, take it out carefully, and then you put it in your little container here. And then you would go around all of them. This one here, you would go in like this, just to show you. It's hard to do it for the key. Push in firmly and then pry. And you can kind of see it's coming out. There. Be careful of the point. And again, we've got that one out. And then you do the same thing for it. Let me just go ahead so you see two of them. And I'll go through and take all of these out, and there, see how that goes? All right. So some sort of a sticky putty will do well. And if you're up like this, you won't lose the screw. If you drop one, it'll hit this. I'm telling you because you don't want these screws hitting the floor. They go unbelievably far than you would think. Okay, go around and take all these back out, and when I come back, I'll have them all out and we'll go to the next step. This is ready to be removed, and this whole thing, this whole ring will lift straight up and nothing's going to fall out. Before you take that finally out, don't move this, and you look down through these holes after the screws are out, and you'll see daylight through them. Now, if you move this just a little bit, you see how this drops down, because these are the places they screw into right here, and it has to line up with these. So when you go to put it back on, that's the way you have to kind of look through this and line the holes up by seeing the daylight through them. Just a little trick there. Okay, now this is the part you could take out, and the dirt is going to be on the inside, build up on the, so you can blow it out ahead of time, then take a garden hose and paintbrush, whatever cleaning technique you have, you clean this all up. Now, lay it down like this. These nozzles you don't want to lay down on and kind of bend them or knock them. Okay, here is the blade, and there's a cap right here, and this cap, it's a reverse threads. In other words, to take the knob off, and this just covers the nuts there, you go clockwise. You'd try to do it this way and say it won't come off, but go clockwise, and see, I'm taking this nut off right there. And to put it on and tighten, you go counterclockwise, just the opposite of what you're used to. I'm going to put this over here. Now you got 3 screws right there, and you can use your screwdriver, and I don't even take that tape off. And you just loosen it. It's best to loosen them all up, and then it'll be there. And they go in, they're kind of a tight fit, so that's to keep them from loosening up. Take them all out, the 3, because we're going to take this fan blade completely out. And notice the position of the fan blade, how the blades go down, and this is the back side, so you see that's not right. Plus it would probably have trouble there. So it goes on like this, and it can go any way as long as it goes on, and there's a collar that fits in there. So, and then you just line these screws up. But the big thing of taking it out is there you can really wash it up really good. There'll be a buildup of dust on the leading edge, and that's what causes the inefficiency of the fan after a while. So you'll want to do this periodically when you see buildup of dirt on it. And this is an easy way to take it apart and put it back together, and that's what we'll do. Now, I'm not going to go and take this to the sink and show you that. I think you can take it from here. My main objective is how to get these screws, the covers off, the screws out, and the blade out, removed, and then to place it back in. So, this is the inside of it, and there's your manifold right there for the 2 nozzles, and here's your inlet for the water. Okay, and now we're going to put it back together. We've cleaned it all out and let it dry. You also want to clean this part. You could just go ahead and take this off if you wanted by taking these screws out. 4 screws there, and this whole thing will come out, and you could take it and wash it off if you wanted to do a thorough job. But it's not necessary. I can just do a good cleaning job. Since this is wire, it wouldn't be any problem. And if you have some sort of an air compressor nozzle, you can blow it out. But you want to clear out of all the dirt and everything and build up. All right, now for the assembly. This is the way it goes, and you put it on there and twist it until you get the holes lined up. And you'll see the 3 holes. Then get your screws. First one, and I'll get the next one, and the last one. So this is not hard. It's just getting the cover off is the big the cover that covers the outside screws. I know my hand's in there, but you know how to screw a screw. And you want to tighten these up so they're not going to loosen up. Okay. Now, don't forget the knob. And which way does that go to tighten? Counterclockwise. So I put it on, and I go counterclockwise. There. You don't have to use gorilla tightness. Just get it good and firm tight. Okay, there we go. Now we just put this back on, and when you take it off, look and know how the writing here, air supply, just like this, and this goes into the main base, and I line the screws up. Now here's where you want to pull this up so it's going to be sticky on the screw to hold it. I'm just going to show one. Now I'm going to use this one. There. And don't tighten all the way, so you can make adjustments. And then one more just to show that we're lined up with the screw holes. Yep, it's going in there. Okay, see, and now we're good. I'm going to do the rest and I'll be back. I'm going to find this a helpful tip. And just throw it right down in there. Because if you try to drop them in, they will sometimes flip over and the head will go down, and so that's not good. Then you got to turn it over and pull it out. Okay, make sure they're all tight. And I did the others. We're ready to show you the installation of these again. You find that little ridge, and there's only one place it is, and it's on the high side of that, like right there. See? There it is. And that goes into that little groove that's on the high side here. So you line them up, looking at that, and it will fit right in there just like that. See, it's smooth. If you get it backwards, it's not going to be smooth. And there's a little ridge. And I'll go around and finish them. Clean and ready for service. Okay, folks, periodically you should perform the maintenance on your fan, and it will perform to perfection. All right, I want to thank you very much for watching my video.